In football, the perfect starting 11 is made up of completely different players, each with their own unique set of skills and characteristics. Deep in the middle of the park, one player operates in the shadows. This is the defensive center midfielder, the most underrated position in football.
Only the real people who know football will see really the quality of a number 6.
A simple look at the Ballon d'Or shortlist will show a striking trend when it comes to international recognition.
FIFA Ballon d'Or 2015.
The winner is Cristiano Ronaldo.
Messi. Lionel Messi.
The footballing world loves attackers. Take a look at any successful team and a pattern begins to emerge. The defensive center midfielder makes all the difference. The impossible title-winning season of Leicester? N'Golo Kante. Spain and Barcelona's tiki-taka dominance? Sergio Busquets. And the resurgence of Borussia Dortmund? Axel Witsel. And even though they're referred to as the brain or the engine of a team, the role of the defensive center midfielder still continuously goes underrated. We're going to Dortmund to talk to Belgium's Axel Witsel, who's had a huge impact on Dortmund since his arrival from the Chinese Super League in 2018. We're going to ask him what it takes to be a defensive center midfielder and why they don't get the credit that they deserve. What do you think the most important skills for the 6 are?
Technique, both feet. The most important is your head, your brain and your feet. Be strong physically. I have a good technique, be cool, calm on the ball. In my position, we have a lot of pressure during the game. It looks like easy, but it's not when you are in the game.
A great 6 has to have a footballing brain. They have to be tactically aware, see the big picture, and be able to adapt at all times. So the main role of the defensive center mid is to shield the defense and link to the attack. Tactically, the possibilities are endless. Let's try to make some sense of this.
Can I take this?
Yes, that was.
The left winger, the opponent is here, so the right back has to go there. If this guy dribble and can pass the guy, so the central defender has to cover. So one of our job is to cover that space.
To drop into
yeah,
the
to
defense.
drop in the line of the defense. Even when we don't have the ball, we have to think always during the game. And it's one of our job also, to take care to see where the midfielder is. So we have to go there close to the box to not get a counter.
So can you show me where are you trying to be as a 6?
If we play with two, it's depend. One guy can just come over here if this guy has the ball, but the most important is the position of your body. So you have to be always in diagonal.
So you can see the field
open body,
and
like that you can see your teammate can receive the ball, and you have an eyes on the opponent if he come or if you have time to control the ball and go and play forward. So sometimes you can drop back between the two center back
to receive the ball.
And build with 3. And another one midfielder has to be here in the middle.
So if you're playing with 2 6s, how does that change your role?
For example, in national team, I play with De Bruyne. He's a fantastic player.
Not a bad person to play with.
yeah, of course, and it's easy to play with him. But he's more offensive mind than defensive. So he's more like free. So he can go more, and I had to stay.
And do they prefer that you link with, for example, Kevin De Bruyne, or that you maybe sometimes look directly to launch one of the wingers? Or
No, whatever, because then I like also to build the game. I have quality to make the defensive part, but I really enjoy and like to build the game. So when we have the ball, I just stay in my zone, open body, and I try, if it's De Bruyne or me, doesn't matter.
We're having this discussion because we're saying, oh, okay, who are the best 6s when you think about 6s? And they were like bringing up people. I'm like, no, he's not a 6, he's an 8. So can you tell people what the difference is?
A number 6, his job is to be more defensive, and I would say he cannot go too much in front. I mean, a number 8 has more the freedom with the ball to go and back. It's for that we call like box to box.
The sixer is constantly circulating the ball, whether to launch a counterattack or play short to defenders. But unlike other positions, they have to do it with constant 360-degree pressure. So being able to stay calm is key. With a pass completion rate of 95% and second in the Bundesliga, being cool under pressure seems like it comes naturally to Axel. So how is the six constantly able to deliver under such high pressure?
I would say stay cool and calm, because in this position we cannot be nervous. We have to know how to play from the back because we receive a lot of pressure. So the most of the time we have to stay cool and calm.
You seem like really chill, relaxed as a person.
I'm like that in the life, and I think I'm like that on the pitch. I don't get too nervous. Of course, there is some situation, or I don't know, someone kick your teammate, and you go there and you try to separate the guys or put pressure. But this is part of the game. But I mean, like you say, I'm child, cool, and I do my best to be like that on the pitch also.
Over the years, many different players have interpreted the role of the six and made it their own. From a player who was so influential that a role was named after him, to the deep-lying playmaker and the coach on the pitch.
I mean, amazing. The second one.
Don't look at it.
No, amazing. He had everything. He was smart, physically strong. He was always in good position. Technically, he was good, and he did the amazing club. So.
And he was also underrated at Real Madrid too.
Yeah, but Real Madrid needed a player like him at that time.
And then they got rid of him.
And he was really important. I mean, it's my opinion. Busquets. Actually, I watch a lot of video of Busquets in national team, because before the World Cup we had Thierry Henry with us. So he spoke to me a lot of times about him. So we had a lot of meetings, just me and him, and because we play in the same position, and he wanted to get better. So I see how he was, his body position, how he was simply on the pitch. Andrea Pirlo. I think this one was the best one.
Yeah? All right.
It was like a good wine, The more you get older, the better you are. Just the maestro.
He's more of like, the regista, like how we would say in Italian. Yeah. So.
Like you mean the guy who is like this
strings,
and everybody play music?
Yes, the regista. And like playing, like he didn't really defend that much, you know what I mean? He wasn't one to put like the bone crunching.
No, it was not maybe the strongest one physically, but he was always cool, calm on the ball, build the game always. And when everybody has the ball, say, where is Pirlo? I have to give him the ball.
Yeah.
Kante also is
with Leicester.
Today it's one of the best in his position, and this guy it looks like he has 4 legs. He's running all the time. But I think him is more like really defensive number 6. You can have number 6 like Pirlo, you say. He could play number 6, but he was not like strong, or maybe has the run like Kante, for example. So you can have two types of 6.
So wait a minute, let's sum everything up here. To be a good 6, you have to be technically gifted, tactically aware, smart, strong, good at defending, able to attack. Your passing accuracy has to be almost perfect, And you have to do that while being totally cool. You would think that a player who could do all that would be celebrated like a hero, right?
What about 80-90 at Liverpool if you didn't have Fabinho?
I wouldn't pay 90 million for a holding midfield player. No, I wouldn't.
He thinks like this because maybe, number 6 don't score 30 goals in one season, but sometimes we score,
Yeah, you score.
Until now, I scored 3 goals. If I can score until the end of the season, like 4 or 5 more goals, I will be happy. But in the end of the day, it's not my first job to score every game. I mean, it's important to have a good or top number 6.
So why do you think, even still, it's so underrated as a position?
Because only the real people who know football, we'll see really the quality of a number 6. Because we're in the midfield, and I think you have to be smart enough to see before you receive the ball. And it's not the position where everybody can see the quality of really the player and the importance the player has for the team. Normally, when you win, it's always the striker who score, who make the assist. But in the end, we have a really important job to do. And I will not say always, but often we are working in the shadow.
The 6 has to be able to adapt. And over the years, with the evolution of football tactics from catenaccio to total football to tiki-taka, the role of the 6 has evolved as well. Now it looks like finally clubs are starting to give the role the importance it deserves. So, what does the future hold?
I think today it's more about technique. Like you said the name before from Pirlo.
Regista.
Yeah, Regista. I think we go more in that way than like before. It was more like tackling, recover the ball, and just giving one of your teammates is close to you. I think the development is in the good way, and it's more, I would say, more technical number 6 than really a guy who just stay there and do his defensive part.
So we could see 100 million for a 6 soon.
If it's a top one, even if I have money, I would make no difference between a top number 6 or a top wingers or striker.
So the 6er is not the player who's going to score you 30 goals a season or get an assist every game. But they're the balance in the team, that crucial link between the defense and the attack that allows the game to be played fluidly. So next time you're watching a game, let your eyes wander to the middle of the pitch, because you can watch the whole game and not see the 6er. But if you watch the 6er, you can see the whole game.